Executive producer and director Robert Rodriguez is here to talk about the Book of Boba Fett.
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Knowing your style and then the style of The Mandalorian and the Star Wars world, what were you able to bring to the Book of Boba Fett to kind of put your trademark on it?
I wasn't trying to bring my own style into it. I kind of wanted Boba to have his own language, and I wanted to feel like, oh, this is Robert stuff. I wanted it to feel like Boba stuff. So I came up with a way in that episode I did to film him in a different way than they had been filming Mando, to give him a different type of action and movement and attitude and point of view. You know, he's less gunslinger and more almost barbarian, you know, and that if he's outnumbered by a bunch of guys, there's a lot of psychological warfare. He'll be really brutal to send a message to the other ones that this is going to happen to you. And that's what sends them running, because he doesn't just like blast someone. He blasts them in the stomach and sends the guy flying after he's backhanded him. You know, just like humiliation tactics and psychological warfare, like he's a berserker. When you know he's really, you know, actually has a kind heart to him too, which Tim brings. So I thought that worked really well, and people responded to that difference. So I thought, well, let me just do more of that. And I really wanted to not give it a style that was my own. I used some tricks that I've kind of developed over things like Desperado and such like that. It was the closest I could think of, but didn't want to go put my own stamp on it. I really wanted him to just have his own language. I think that's what John liked, and why he wanted me to do the series was to have Boba be more Boba, you know, because we all in our imaginations had some clue to what that was, and he was already kind of writing something that was a kind of like a King Conan type story, where, you know, he's taking the throne over from somebody else and having to learn how to be a leader. So it kind of he was already thinking the same thing without me knowing that.
For those of us that watch The Mandalorian closely and love it, myself included, do you feel like this is just kind of a step to the side of that as far as the look of it, or is it its own kind of series where it'll feel different, or is it, how do you describe that?
Well, I mean, it definitely feels like it's cut from the same cloth, but he's a different character, and it's more of an underworld kind of story, and we definitely have a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot going on in this season, and it's a mind blower. So you just got to strap in, because I think Boba will be synonymous with having a really great time, because it's a lot of challenges he's up against, and he deals with it in a very unorthodox way.
Click the subscribe button below this video and watch the Book of Boba Fett every Wednesday on Disney+.